We welcome you in to the Small Ball Podcast alongside Trevor Mickulin and Christian Dennis. I'm Scott Ayers. Producer Andy is behind the scenes. His microphone's broken, but just know he's speaking, he's waving, he's dancing.
It definitely still works.
Oh, boy. I'm trying to silence Andy. It's going south. Oh, boy, that is not good for me. But more importantly, we obviously silenced Andy, but Trevor's back. And Trevor, I feel like it's only fair to ask you, how does it feel now that you have missed more shows than Christian?
Yeah, it's a battle that it's going to continue. This isn't over. I'm going to keep showing up every week with my hard hat on, ready to work with my lunch pail in the other hand. And
I like that.
Yeah, I'm ready to get to the.
How you
just cut me off, man.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off because you said I'm going to show up every week. Like, why are you making that promise?
I'm going to show up every week, and if I don't, I'm going to let you guys know well ahead of time.
I like that.
Within a week before recording
We'll
date.
probably still make fun of you on the show. So
That's all right. Can't wait for you to miss your next thing. It's going to be
I'm
good.
not saying that I'm not going to miss.
You and Janelle are due for a little vacay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a little part 2 honeymoon.
Take the wifey out a little bit.
No.
It's been a while since we've all been together. We have another sponsor for the show. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. We have another sponsor. Yeah, well, I don't know. For our YouTube viewers, you might be able to see something on this table. Trevor, why don't you show them that can that's in your hand?
We're attempt number 3 with LaCroix.
It's a LaCroix. Take a look. So they gave Trevor a call. Who he didn't want to take the call. He was out of town, so I took the call. Oh, you hear that sip?
Refreshing.
That's refreshing. It tastes so good. It tastes like the lemon is almost in the can. That's LaCroix.
Naturally essenced. It's
Perfect.
good stuff.
So that's our sponsor segment. Naturally Essence LaCroix. That was a dud, and there was another dud, and that was Michael Jordan's tenure in Charlotte. The team has officially been sold, and it's an end of an era, guys.
Hopefully it's the end of that bad era
Yeah.
and on to a good era. You know, they locked up LaMelo Ball. They have him for like the next 5 years. Now they have Brandon Miller as a potential running mate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you even have assets like Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward that could be tradable.
I mean,
the sky's the limit with the Hornets because they're pretty low right now.
Yeah, I'll just say with leadership change, there's always opportunity, and clearly things weren't going well in Charlotte. I believe MJ is the greatest player of all time, but dude, he was a bad owner and whatever else he did in that organization. Just even hearing stories about the culture of like he walks in and people call him Yahweh. Like it's just weird. That's a weird culture to have. Yeah. And I mean, MJ, he's gone. Charlotte fans are probably rejoicing because it's the end of the era. Let's turn the page on that chapter. And now they have a clean slate. Let's bring someone in who can build a culture and hopefully a winning team.
Yeah. Listen, he's obviously 1A, 1B in the GOAT debate for players. Owner debate, that list, there's a lot of names above him. He's just, he had a terrible tenure. And that last scar, let's draft Brandon Miller over Scoot Henderson.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that never made any sense to me why it was announced before the draft that he was selling the team, but yet he was still making that draft pick.
Why are you giving him? I guess he has that power at that time, but someone has to say, no, I am not letting you make this pick.
Unless the new ownership was like, yeah, get us Brandon Miller.
And
It's the only like logical thing.
And it shouldn't have been over fit because your team stinks. Who cares about Terry Rozier? Get Scoot Henderson, have him run side by side with LaMelo, have a fun youth.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
He looked decent in Summer League, pretty good in certain games, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for Brandon's sake that he's good, but
I do too.
Yeah.
No, we'll be a Brandon Miller podcast.
Yeah, we're Brandon Miller pod.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
it's good.
So, all right, sweet. We hit our quota for Charlotte talk. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, we have a little something planned because over the course of the summer, I mean, it's dead. last season we did our tour around the U.S., stopped at different cities, talked about teams, and we might do some of that. But we have a different idea. Trev, why don't you share a little bit about
Cool.
about this?
Yeah, so we're gonna take turns drafting. And let me see. We're gonna do players. So we're gonna take turns drafting players that have never won a ring. So it's gonna be a snake draft. I'll have the first pick.
Yep.
Anyone in the history of the league that has never won a ring. Okay?
Okay.
With the first pick in the draft, and it's a starting 5, just so you guys know. In the first pick of the draft, I select John Stockton to be my point guard.
Nice. I like
Classy.
that. Classy.
He's gonna pass the ball.
Yep.
It's going to distribute. You know what? I'm also going to go with a nice little classic player. NBA 75, Charles Barkley.
Nice.
Play him at the 4 or the 5.
Round mound of rebounds.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good pick.
This is interesting that you guys went this route because I decided to go with the current player, and I'm going at the point guard position. I'm taking Luka Doncic.
I like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Future potentially 1C in that conversation.
I
Greatest
like
player.
that.
Great call.
And then with my second pick, I'm thinking Luka. I'm gonna build around him. I'm picking shooters, and I want Reggie Miller.
Good pick. There's better out there, but good pick.
Oh
Yeah. Reggie. Listen, I want a Reggie. That's tough. You know what? Actually, it's not tough because I go one of two ways. I can go throwback guard, which is always fun. But I'll go with the second greatest shooter of all time in Damian Lillard.
Okay.
So
Fair.
I've got Damian Lillard with Charles Barkley.
You guys let some fellas slip to me. I'm going Allen Iverson. Crossover god. Changed the game. He's amazing.
I can't wait to see him next to John Stockton.
Dude, they're going to be fun. And then at the 3, I'm getting Tracy McGrady at the 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I like that a lot. Oh,
Back to you, Scott.
I might go another current player because I don't think he'll get past Christian. So I've got Charles Barkley. I've got Damian Lillard. My outside shooting is going to be insane because I'm also getting James Harden.
Fair.
James
Great pick.
Harden.
Who do you have so far?
Damian Lillard, James Harden, Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Wow.
Good squad.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Good squad.
That's not bad at all. So I got my point guard. I got my shooting guard. So now I got to fill out small forward, power forward, and center. Man, that's tough because I don't want to pick this guy.
I know where you're going.
But
Ding dong, it's the mailman.
it's Karl Malone. I mean, he's a
I didn't pick him because of, just a respect thing. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you went that low.
No.
My guys play with respect.
You know what? I'm trying to win, man. I'm trying to win.
I can't have that in my locker room. Can't have that.
Yeah. So Karl
bad.
Malone, he's going to be my center. And then when it comes to small forward and power forward, this might be a shock to you guys. But I am going to go with a very, very old player. The man that invented the finger roll, George Gervin, Iceman. Spurs legend.
Wow.
Look him up.
Spurs legend.
You can have those old guys.
I think I want to put Barkley at the 4,
Okay.
which leads me to picking a center.
This is the last pick for all of us. Rounding out our starting
This is
5?
my 4th pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. My apologies,
Once
gentlemen.
we get to you.
Yeah. I'm going to pick a guy who made it to the NBA Finals, just couldn't get it done. Give me Patrick Ewing.
I was going to pick him.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great pick. He
Felt really good.
Chokes, though.
Yeah, but hey.
All these guys kind of do.
Actually, yeah.
That's the whole point. Okay. So I have Stockton running the point, Allen Iverson at my 2, Tracy McGrady at the 3.
Okay.
Those are 3 really good players right there. Wow. Let's figure out. I need a 4 and 5. Okay, and I see a guy. Oh man, I want to go a couple different directions. Okay, I'm gonna grab my center. and I'm picking Yao Ming.
See, that was gonna be my.
Yao! Give me Yao. So I'll have Yao at the 5, and let's pick my 4. Oh man, there's a few guys out there. Give me I need a little stretch 4. Give me Jason Tatum at the 4.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tatum.
So I got Allen Iverson, John Stockton, Tracy McGrady, Jason Tatum, Yao Ming.
Wow. For my last pick, I wanted to go with a former Denver Nugget because I think when we do these lists, I will have a Nugget in every single one. It's only right. And it's not the one you think. It's not Carmelo Anthony, although Carmelo Anthony is obviously a great scorer. I'm going with David Thompson. He played in the ABA days.
Sorry, Scott.
What's going on?
I'm sorry.
What's going on, man?
No, educate us,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
On David
Please.
Thompson.
So they lost in their last season in the finals. I believe it was Dr. J that beat him in the Sixers.
Okay.
Furthest he ever got was Western Conference Finals once they made it into the NBA. He's a Denver Nugget legend. Never won a title.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Oh. Yeah.
I'm surprised you said him because when you started talking, I was
Alex
thinking,
English.
Gonna
Yeah.
say Alex
Yeah.
English.
No, David Thompson.
All right, so I got my point guard at Luka. My shooting guard is Reggie. My small forward is George Gervin, the Iceman. And my center position is Karl Malone. Kind of interesting, right?
I know who you're picking.
Do you?
Is it a Sacramento Kings legend?
You know, Trevor, I was thinking of drafting Chris Webber as my power forward.
Wow.
Is that who you're drafting?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm drafting.
Fair
I
enough.
like that. Look at our loyalty. Who's your loyalty, Trevor? Who's your loyalty pick?
My loyalty pick?
Yeah.
Yao Ming, international.
Yeah. Trevor. The most international guy. No, Trevor Bickler.
Mr. Worldwide, Trevor Bickler.
That's right.
Wow. All right. Well, leave a comment. Which team you think is maybe your favorite? Which team you think would perform best? Which team, you hate?
Can we talk about some honorable mentions that we didn't even mention?
Steve Nash.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge Steve Nash fan, but I just thought Luka and Steve Nash would be a little weird.
CP3.
CP3.
Dude, CP3 is a legend.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor.
Yeah,
Elgin Baylor, arguably the best player.
sure.
I didn't want to go super old time though.
Yeah, because they're older.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're playing as their age now.
David Thompson is screwed.
Yeah, your pick of Charles Barkley is looking really bad. As they're playing right
David
now.
Thompson and Chuck are like both in wheelchairs. I'd be screwed. Pete Maravich.
Yep.
Pistol Pete.
Some people say that Pete Maravich was not good, but
Like Bob Cousy.
Yeah, I think they're probably really good. I mean, for the time, like
For the time.
you got to
Oh,
understand.
for the time. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Also, I think Pete Maravich was good. He'd be able to play a little bit in this league.
Yeah.
Bob Cousy wouldn't be able to play.
No, that man does not have a left hand.
Yeah, I feel like those are the good honorable mentions, though.
Yep. Good.
Perfect.
That's
Quick
our
show.
draft.
Easy
Yeah.
show. Yeah, I mean, that was a quick. This is great for Andy because when he's cutting this up, it'll take 30 seconds.
Facts.
Gosh,
Facts.
I love when you chime in, Andy.
I'm so glad your mic's not broken.
Yeah, I was really worried at the start of the show your mic was broken. Well, that's about it. Anyone got anything else?
No, man.
Trevor looks at me before the show. He goes, yeah. So, and at the end, just ask if anyone's got anything else. I was like, all right.
It
Trevor
was just an opportunity to open it up. Fine. I'll share something.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get weird. Let's talk about one of the weirdest games in NBA history. How about that, Scott? Let's take 5 minutes. Let's take 5 minutes and just chat.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
My eyes are closed.
I'm staring at a wall.
Apple Podcast listeners, just close your eyes. You like how I called out Apple, not Spotify? You like that, don't you?
That's nice.
Yeah, we need to talk about
What do
them
the
more.
Spotify listeners do then?
They could open their eyes.
Oh,
2008, a game between the Hawks and the Heat. you guys probably don't know this,
Tough year.
but the Hawks won that game while scoring 0 points.
What? Was it because of the housing crisis?
Let me explain. So they were playing a game on December 19, 2007, and this game got into overtime, and Shaquille O'Neal had 5 fouls. 5 fouls. Fouls his, he fouls out, his 6th foul, and sends, who was it to the line? He sends, I think it was Al Horford, honestly.
Teague.
I don't know. Sends a Hawks player to the line to shoot free throws. And the Hawks go on to win the game. The Heat look back at it, and Shaq only had 4 fouls. So his 6th foul was actually his 5th. So what they did was they sent into the NBA an appeal, requested an appeal for the game to replay it. And the NBA, this is the one time they've done this, allowed them to replay the final 56 seconds of the game. It was maybe 51 seconds of the game, in which there was no cameras, there was no broadcast, anything. The Hawks went on to win. The score was 114 to 111 at the time when Shaq fouled out.
The Heat won.
The Hawks.
They won both scenarios.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the Hawks were winning, and then Shaq fouled out, and then the Hawks still went on to win. And then in the replay, they brought the score back to when Shaq went out, and they were able to replay, and no one scored. 114-111.
Wow.
Hawks win.
Oh, there you go, Hawks.
Let's go, Hawks.
They should put that on a banner and hang it up.
That's right. To you.
2008. One with 0 points. Wow, Trev. See, I'm so glad I asked.
Good. I'm glad you asked, Scott.
That was really nice. They would never do that today.
No.
They would definitely televise it.
Yeah, that's what they would do. They would televise it. Because they televise everything now.
Yeah.
And I mean everything.
And they would make it a big thing and call it like the decision.
Dude, I went back to the decision maybe 2 weeks ago and watched it. I actually kind of liked that LeBron did that almost. It just was so entertaining.
Well, it raised so much money for the Boys and Girls Club.
It did. It raised a lot of money. But yeah, as a Cavs fan, you're like, oh, he's going on TV to come back and yeah.
That should have been sign number 1 that he was not coming back to Cleveland.
Yeah. Tough, dude.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Very tough.
Honestly, though, I love that LeBron came back to Cleveland.
Oh. It was his redemption arc.
Yeah, I don't know if that was in his plans all along. I'm going to go chill in Miami for 4 years
Probably was
and
a
then
dream.
come back.
Yeah.
But that was, granted, I was rooting against him because I wanted the Warriors to win. But when they won that championship with Cleveland and he hit him with the Cleveland, this is for you. That was great.
Yeah.
That was storybook.
It was awesome.
Facts.
Cleveland Cavaliers fan, producer Andy,
Yeah.
with his wisdom. Yeah, and that's up there as one of teams that's not my own team. One of my favorite championships, just because of everything behind it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, as a Cavs fan, when that happened, that was probably one of the greatest days of my entire life.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it was super dope.
Yeah, and you probably will never experience that kind of joy again.
Nope.
So messed up.
It took the Cavs 50 years to get one.
Cleveland is historically the saddest sports town.
Yeah, it's true. Everything,
College.
the same year, the Indians, now Guardians, went to the World Series and took it to Game 7.
Hit that game-tying home run.
Yes, even tied it up, but then lost in the most heartbreaking way.
And then the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns suck. Yeah.
Yeah, that win was for you, Andy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Literally for you.
LeBron said it. So this is the Cleveland podcast now. But anywho, on that note, guys, it's time we say farewell. So for our Cleveland expert, producer Andy, Trevor Micklin, and Christian Harris, I'm Scott Harris. We say so long for now. We will see you next week.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.